Have you ever wanted more? More space, more success, more comfort, only to discover later that more came with a cost you didn't expect? This is the story of Lot, and it begins with a choice. After leaving Egypt, Abram and his nephew Lot returned to the land God had promised. Both men had been blessed, rich in livestock, silver, and gold. But there was a problem. The land could no longer support them together. Their herds were too large, their servants too many, and soon tensions began to rise. The Bible says their herdsmen started to quarrel. Abram could have pulled rank. He was older. He was the one God called. But instead, he chose peace. Let there be no strife between you and me, Abram said. We are family. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. Then Abram did something remarkable. He gave Lot the first choice. Lot lifted his eyes and looked out over the land to the east. The Jordan Valley stretched wide and green, well watered, fertile, and beautiful, like the garden of the Lord. It looked like opportunity. It looked like abundance. It looked like more. So Lot chose the best looking land. He settled near the cities of the plain and pitched his tents, chose to Sodom. What Lot didn't choose was distance from danger. The Bible quietly adds a warning. The people of Sodom were exceedingly wicked, but Lot's eyes were fixed on what he could gain, not what he might lose. Abram, on the other hand, stayed in the hill of Canaan, no lush valley, no impressive view, just open land and a promise from God. And when Lot left, God spoke to Abram again, saying, Lift up your eyes. All the land you see, I will give to you and your descendants forever. Here is the irony. Lot chose what looked like more, but Abram received everything God promised. Lot's choice slowly pulled him closer and closer to Sodom until one day he was living inside the city. That decision would later cost him his peace, his family, and almost his life. This is where the story speaks to us. Not every open door is a blessing, not every green valley is safe, and not everything that looks like more leads to more life. Lot teaches us that too much of the wrong thing can take us far from God's presence. Abram shows us that trusting God, even when the view isn't impressive, leads to lasting blessing. So, before you choose the bigger over, the easier path, or the greener valley, pause. Ask not just, what do I gain, but where will this take me? Because sometimes the wisest choice isn't the one that gives you more, it's the one that keeps you closer to God.